Hello vampers, today I'm really in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales. You find me in Ingelton, which is a little village stuck right amongst the hills. Some beautiful walks, some beautiful buildings. So we're going to have a look around and see what Ingelton has to offer. I've been here dozens of times over the years, from when I was really young. There's a beautiful walk with loads of waterfalls. Unfortunately you have to pay for it, but I think I've found a way to film some of it without actually having to pay. So let's go and explore. Well, you can see the hill in the distance. We're actually in the Three Peaks area. There's three peaks here, one called Ingelborough, one called Whernside, and the other one is called Ghent. You can do the Three Peaks challenge, all three peaks in one day. I think that's a bit beyond me. I have done it previously, well, two in one day, and I have climbed all three. It's a quaint village. I'll give you a better view of the viaduct. It's an impressive feat of engineering, built in 1860, so I've been told. Villagers here are very proud of their village, constantly doing flowers, arranging this little walk here where I am. This little garden they've set up overlooking the Vale, and like most villages throughout England, it has an impressive little church, which is actually not that small. And we've also got some pubs dotted around for when you finish your walk, somewhere to have a nice drink. Well, this is the High Street. Well, I'm calling it the High Street. So seems to be the main shopping bit of Ingelton. Whitewashed buildings. Yeah, I think the whitewashed buildings are something common to this area, as well as the typical stone. Well, at first I thought this was a hotel. It's an impressive building, but it's actually a nursing home. So this must be a nice place to retire to. And this is basically, yeah, this is Ingelton Square. Time for a cup of tea, I think. Yeah, I forgot to mention my name's Neil. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And existing viewers, welcome back. For today's adventure, I'm in the little village of Ingelton. I found another beautiful park up here. The local council, again, have supplied parking spaces for camper vans. And because I paid for a week at Skipton, the ticket's valid here as well. This will enable me to park up here for the day and tonight and go off and experience what this area has to offer. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Quite a stunning view. You might be able to hear the water in the background as the river flows through the valley. I should let this scene speak for itself. It's a little bit windy today, so hopefully you can hear me. I think most of the hills are made with the same stone. So everywhere you look, you've got the same type of formation. I think that's the start of the waterfall path coming up there. And it follows it all the way through the valley bottom, right up to the top of the hills. And there's loads of paths crisscrossing all across the hills. This is a walker's paradise. If you do come walking up here, you definitely need your hiking boots on, because it's all stone, quite sharp sometimes. This is a lovely place to walk around. It's a circular walk, takes you all the way around the waterfalls, up onto the hills, and then back down to Ingelton. As I say, it's a little bit strenuous and a little bit rocky in places. It's not wheelchair accessible, definitely not. And I wouldn't bring a buggy, because you'd be struggling on these rocks. Take a backpack, bit of food, definitely some water. I'm not sure how many miles the walk is actually. I think it's 4.5 miles, but I'll double check. There's a little cafe right near to Thornton Force, which is the biggest waterfall up here. Well, not a cafe, it's a little cabin doing tea and coffee and cake. But it breaks up the journey if you want to stop for a break for a cup of tea. Just be a bit careful where you put your feet, because you might tread on something which doesn't want to be tread on. One of the downsides of filming, you don't get to smell the background. It's a really strong smell, wild garlic and other flowers. And I might pick a bit to add to my salad later. I don't know if it's picking it up, but you should be able to hear the sound of water in the background. If you're like me, you love the sound of running water. It's fairly quiet. I mean, we're not really in height of summer yet, but I would have thought on a nice day like today there might be a few more walkers around, but I've only seen one or two. This is definitely a woodland paradise. The only thing missing is the sound of birds. I haven't heard any birds so far. That's strange. I'm in the woods and there's no birds. These steps look a little bit rickety, a bit precarious, especially on that corner there. The pathway does get a little bit more difficult in parts. Got tree roots sticking out. Well, my idea to circumnavigate Spain to do the walk just come to an end. This bridge, no entry from this side. Maybe I will have to pay. But before I return, we'll get some shots of the water running down. A lot faster than the last time I was here. Even though we've had some nice weather, must have been raining on the hills. And the pathway over there is a little bit steep and tricky, especially if it's wet. I'm not sure if this is the end of my little adventure. I'll have to see if I can get round to the other side and maybe have to pay. looking at this rock face and the shards on the floor, it's like slate again. A bit like Rivington. Not quite sure what the rock is. If you know what this rock is, let me know in the comments. Because it looks like slate. But then again, what do I know? This looks positively Jurassic. What a beautiful little place. Where's the dinosaurs? Definitely a Jurassic feel to this little spot. I hope you can hear me over the water. Very powerful. I don't think you can go swimming in it. Quite clear because it's a running water. Not sure if there's any fish in it. Maybe it's too fast for fish. But this is like a nice little spot. Take a little rest, have a drink before we carry on. Well, I'll carry on walking and talking as I follow the trail. This is the easy side of the waterfall trail. The other side is a lot more difficult, with lots of steps, narrow steps, but precarious when it's wet. But as I said previously, beautiful woodland. And paradise area for your old hikers and dog walkers. What a beautiful day to be alive. in this stunning part of the Yorkshire Dales. The view's magnificent. You can see for miles all these hills in the background, the rock formations in the foreground. I'm not spending the whole day here though. If I was going to do some hiking on the mountains, well, they're not actually mountains. If I was going to do some hiking on the hills, I would have had to get here a lot earlier, I think. Yeah, you know, 3 or 4 hours to climb Ingelborough or Whernside or Pennygent, one of the three. Each one has its own little difficulties, but they're all worthwhile having a go at if you like hiking, hill climbing, nature. Covers everything, and it's quite a nice day for hiking because there's a little bit of a breeze and the sun's out. Who can ask for more? The rocks over there look like they're bleeding, but I presume that's all the iron trapped in the rock. Definitely makes for a nice feature. And this is some structure left from wherever the quarry was before, I presume. Quite a chunky building, I would have thought. Some ruins of some buildings. So obviously there was as I said earlier, I think there was a quarry here back in the day. Cutting this stone to build all the houses. Don't know how many years ago. Could have been 100 years ago. I mean, it looks like it was built right on top of the rock formation. Looks a bit precarious up there. You can see the size of these boulders. They look like they're being worked. Well, this is a little find. Ingelton has a swimming pool, an outdoor swimming pool. It says it's open. That looks quite inviting. An open air Lido style swimming pool. Just check out how much it is. Well, the outdoor swimming pool, £7.50 for 1 hour. Not exactly cheap. It's a heated outdoor pool. I think on a really sunny day you'd like to get in this water. Wow water. Not very deep here though. I might give it a try. Not the wow water, the swimming pool. What a charming place to live. I bet the property is expensive here though. Nice view from the bridge. The view from the opposite side of this bridge is the viaduct I showed you earlier. Welcome to Ingelton Waterfall's trail. Let's see how much it is. Well, this is the entrance to the car park. There's a sign saying no overnight. Let's try and find the ticket price. Have you got a parking charge then a ticket price? Or is the parking free with the ticket price? Let's find out. Well, we found an information board. It's a 4.5 mile walk, 2.5 to 4 hours. There's a toilet here and then a toilet at 2.5 miles. Okay, there's no parking charge. But obviously you have to pay to get in. As I said, it's a circular tour. Got your 3 main big waterfalls there. And your smaller waterfalls there. It's worth a visit, and this is the cost. It's £11 or £5 for a child. There doesn't seem to be any family tickets available. No cash, so it's card only. £11 though. But a bit more expensive than I thought. Well guys, I'm going to end my little amble around Ingelton here. I hope you can hear me. The water in the background is still quite noisy. I've spent a bit of money here. Had a bit of breakfast in the cafe earlier. Just bought myself a nice cup of tea. £2.50 cup of tea. Now the Ingelton Falls walk, it's a beautiful walk. Now we're charging £11 for entry to the Ingelton Falls walk. Because I've done it a dozen times before, today I decided not to actually pay the money, and I just did a bit of a reverse tour. for the first bit before I got stuck. I still managed to see some of the water and the beautiful forest. It's a nice walk. I would suggest, if you're ever in the Yorkshire Dales, this place is a nice place to come and visit. Ingelton itself, a nice little village. You're well catered for with cafes, pubs, places to eat, shops. There's always the gift shops. One of the good things about Ingelton, a bit like Skipton, the council set out to welcome camper vans and RVs and put dedicated parking spaces for overnight and during the day in the local car park. The difference between Skipton and Ingelton, you can stay for 7 nights in Ingelton. And as you've already seen, where I've parked my van, plenty of room, nice little park up, nice and secure, next to the community centre, and an available toilet around the corner. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little amble. Give me a thumbs up or a like, and if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe. So until the next time, bye for now.